everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be making delicious shrimp pasta. Guys, this pasta was so good we couldn't get enough of it. Let's get down to business. For this recipe, I used turkey and shrimps, but you definitely don't have to use this exact protein. You can choose chicken, beef, whatever type of meat you like. So my shrimps came already prepped and cooked. For my spices and herbs, I used bay leaves, thyme, mixed spices, then some seasoning powder and salt. Guys, the way you spice your meat, if you're going to use the meat stock, will definitely affect the flavor of your end product. So here is ginger and garlic. So I use this twice for my meat and for the sauce itself. So I'm going to divide this into two. As you can see, I just used about half of the paste to spice the meat. So there you go. Now we're going to add our onions and give this a thorough mix so that the herbs and spices will get into every piece of turkey in the pot. Every piece is covered in spices, then we cover without adding any liquid and start to cook. Now we want this to cook in its own juice so that the spices can properly seep into the turkey. Once we've cooked for about 10 to 15 minutes, we go in with some water. Now we don't want to add too much water at this point, because if we add excess water, it's going to water down the flavor of the stock, which will reflect in the pasta eventually. So easy does it. So I'm gently turning the turkey over just so that the spices will seep into the turkey evenly. Here our turkey is ready. So I'm gonna transfer this into the air fryer. But you can fry yours in oil if that's what you want. You can also grill in an oven. At the end, this is the stock we have. You see it's a bit thick. That is the consistency we are going for to ensure that our stock is richly spiced. Now we are going to fry the shrimp a bit. So in an empty pot, we add a little bit of oil and then make sure it is evenly coated in the pan, and then we go in with the shrimps. I added a little garlic paste and black pepper to this shrimp. Now we have to be careful not to over fry the shrimp. They are perfectly fried now, so I'm just going to take them out and then we start making the sauce for the pasta. For my sauce, I'll be using 2 red bell peppers. I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces so that my blender will blend them easily. So I've added them to the remaining ginger and garlic paste and blended them together. After that, we'll add oil in an empty pan, and then we go in with our onions, and which we fry a bit until it is translucent. Then when this onion is ready, we go in with the blended red bell peppers with ginger and garlic. At this time, I don't add my fresh tomato because I find that it waters down the flavor of the sauce. So I fry the red bell peppers with the ginger and garlic for about 10 to 15 minutes before I add the fresh tomato. That way I give the bell pepper the time to build up its flavor, which also improves the overall taste of the pasta eventually. So for spice, I use thyme, seasoning powder, salt, bay leaves. Now it's time to go in with our fresh tomato. You see the red bell pepper was properly fried. You can see the oil sizzling on top of it, which shows there's little to no water in it anymore. That is when we go in with the fresh tomatoes and we give this a fry for a few minutes, about 7 minutes, and our sauce is ready. You see the oil sizzling on top with little to no sign of water. That is how we know our sauce is ready. Now we're going in with our shrimps. I like to add shrimps at this time because I find it also affects the flavor of the pasta eventually. It improves it. So I add it at this point. Then cover it so that everything will just cook together and seep into everything. Now I added a little more water just so that it will be enough to cook the pasta. The pasta shouldn't cook for too long anyway. Now I've gone in with my pasta. I'm going to give this a thorough mix so that the sauce will properly coat every bit of the spaghetti. Guys, this pasta was so good. Taking a bite of the shrimps while eating the pasta, sent me into food heaven. Yes, I enjoyed the shrimps a lot. I think it enhanced the flavor of this pasta extremely well. Now, after giving this a thorough stir, we are going to cover and let it cook for a few minutes. Just look at that gorgeousness. Now we'll cover and let it cook for about 7 minutes. Then here we have it, almost ready. Now we're going with some onions. Now this step is not compulsory. Your pasta is still gonna be okay if you don't add more onions, but personally I find that adding more onions improves the taste as well, and I like onions. So if you don't really like onions, you can skip this step. So I'm going to give this a thorough mix to make sure that the onions get to every part of the pasta, and then I'll cover the pot and let this cook for about 2 minutes. And here we have it. Our delicious pasta is ready. Oh, before I forget, before adding this pasta to the sauce, I already boiled it in water for about 6 minutes. There you have it, guys. Your delicious pasta is ready. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. It will help me grow. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.